mwebale nnyo the entire team for the good work gye mukola. Salima nja kwawukanako nawe n'abalala. Twagala accountability. Accountability eno ayagala osaba accountability aba ayagala accountability yandibadde gyoyogeddeko. Accountability twagala nga etutwala mu maaso. One, accountability okulaba nga waliwo ebikyuse. Abantu b'ekitezi balina kye bafunye. Kibetwaye ebigendero byatuleeta accountability twagala ntutuuse wano wetulaga wano wetuzaako. So accountability ey'okusaba ssente zo taatuma muntu. So basically that's what accountability doesn't look at the money. It looks at the progress of what you started. So I would like to look at how best can we not focus on the diversionary project of the junta and his team, and we focus on the bigger team. Waliwo abantu who are playing bali mu kuzanyira mu kintu kyaffe one lwakuba tebamanyi bantu bali mu kudiringa nabo. Okitegeera balowooza they are the same, tuli ku the same thinking, the same age, the same tuli mu kintu kye kimu in their bracket ekyokwagala ofuna visa ekyokwagala ofuna sente. Baana bangi people came into this not because they wanted money. Si kuba nti baali baagala genda bweru. Okitegeera, and this is where the problem is coming from. After failing to get what they wanted, they now want to nti bw'okufiirwa at least oyonoona. Okitegeera olugero balimu. So njagala nnyo tufocusinga ku kintu ekinene which is bigger than that. You know what we went through in those days we were in prison and everywhere we were could give us another strength or boldness or pushing the bigger picture. So whenever I see the likes of Thinsi and the teams, Chimalamu amanyi naye ngambye nti lwakuba bano abantu bamanyi bwe badiringa nabo because we have never seen each other. Tebamanyi nti tuli bakambwe n'okusinga ku kye balowooza. So whoever is ayagala okuzanyira mu kye tuli twatandika njafuna akaseera nja kunoonya omuntu tukwatagane bulungi kuba how do you feel when you hear nti yes kasasiro yagwiridde abantu owulira otya nti genda wali kugundi mu kibuga awo olabe kiri mu gundi galiraaya awo na mu kibuga what is in the city, you know, as if we don't have leadership. I think there is a very big problem, because when you look abantu balina abamu baali batunuulira kintu kitono the smaller thing nfunyemu ntya kinyambe kino kijja kunyamba otuuka ku kyenjagala otegera. And yet there are many young, look at Bono Mwala Shauli, she called Shauli, Bagalide Gundi, Kagundi, small business, Kavada Jamaka Cent, because, you know, can't you feel the pain of a failed sister? And that is one of accountability. And accountability, you know, Kubu Banai, Pinamquanuga Foli, Amgalido business, or Yashali Mukomia, Kumujayo, those are some of the things we need to, not the money. You know, what have you contributed? Before you ask people. Ani watu waliwo abadabuza nti ani watu mokweta sente nti wazimutuma gundi gendo lete sente olyakomubuza accountability. You get it? So we need to go beyond that kind of stupid conversation, that kind of thinking. That actually the more we give them attention, bafuna amaanyi. Kwali we yagamba the more we keep on posting their things nga watu attackinga. We never try to yukira mabega ka nga twagala tuli mobilizing abantu. The more we post their things nga watu attacking, the more we give them attention, ne publicity. So I would think nti let's focus on the big picture. Let's keep on retweet, post, and do the needful. Tulabenga chetwagala achieving because omulabe afutana tutana ku achieving chetwagala. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Peter. How are you feeling? I did ask how you're feeling now. Last time I checked your secret. How are you feeling?
There's some kind of improvement. Naira wakati sobola kutambula kinene, you know, batu emigundi batu kubanyeno mu kibatu. So movement ekyali nzibu. Sobola kutambula kati for even meters in a kilometer. I can't. So, but there is a big improvement. The other week I was bad off. They did their part and I'm improving at least. That's why I because we need to encourage each other. We need to be here and talk to each other to see that there is a progress in whatever. And this is accountability also. Accountability, the good. So this is something we need to give. Not
last time I need accountability.
The good girl is taking them come along and you're not improving. Thank you so much.
We thank God for your life.
Thank you so much.
Thank God for the life. We are praying you get better soon. We still have a journey to walk. But I'm more inspired by your strength. Just know we appreciate you. I'm inspired by your strength. Every time I'm breaking, then I remember there is Peter who still has pain and is still here with me. Then I think I have no excuse. No excuse.
Thank you so much. Kale.
So yeah, I'm glad you're doing well, Peter. Hopefully you'll be okay. I have my brother who is called Peter. He's my best friend, so that name is close to me. I love all the Peters. I don't know when I will work with my brother in Akavuyo, but he's my best friend. So yeah, I hope you get well, Peter. I don't know if it is Lieutenant General Ocean. I don't know if that's your name or yeah, whoever you are, please unmute your mic and speak to us.
All right. Greetings, fellow countrymen and women. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, please go on.
All right. It's your boy, Lieutenant General Ocean, sending you warm revolutionary greetings in the name of the struggle for the liberation of our country, Uganda. First of all, njagala kubebaza, kitegeera. Njagala kubebaza because of the commendable work that you're doing. This is a generational responsibility. And I pity those who say that you guys are funded, that we are funded in this. I've not been active in this movement, but I'm also fighting on the other side, you know. For us, we are facing the bigger problem that we have in our country, Uganda, which happens to be Dictator Museveni and his cohorts. So I've not been so much engaged in this, your movement, but I've been following it, and I'm concerned as a Ugandan because, I mean, we all can attest, anyone with a sane mind can attest that the cancer that is killing our country is nothing other than corruption. And one of the tricks that these corrupt people are using is they take advantage of the gullible society that we have, whereby you all heard the words of Museveni when the IGG was proposing the lifestyle audit. Museveni saying that you shouldn't touch those people because these people steal money and they build hospitals here. You know, I mean, you ask yourself, I mean, they build hotels. But if you dig deep in the money that has been embezzled, you will come to find out that someone is building a 3, 5 or whatever star hotel, but the money that they are using was meant to build a public hospital. And you ask yourself, the community that was going to benefit from the hospital, should they go to the 5-star hotel for medication? I mean, you know, so they are taking advantage of the ignorance of our people. You see, I mean, they steal money, build hotels and stuff like that, and the public, just because of the ignorance, the public is confused and they're like, no, we don't care. You know, you even find comments where someone is saying that, no, we don't care where they get the money from for as long as they're building for us, you know, that kind of thing. So guys, whoever is asking for accountability in these particular times, it's not part of us, it's not part of you. These are regime apologists. I'm telling you this with an experience from the other side, you know. We've faced this kind of criticism in our struggles for the liberation of our country, Uganda, whereby you get people who are actually, even, let me tell you this, these people who are asking you for accountability, they are the ones who are being funded. Because, I mean, what is making us rise in these particular times is something that is eating up our country. Every Ugandan has to be concerned about the issue of corruption that we have in our country, Uganda. And it amazes me for someone to come and say that you guys who you guys who are fighting corruption, you are being funded. For heaven's sake, in the first place, why should we be funded to fight for what is right for our country? You see? So those particular people that are asking you guys for accountability, those are the people who are being funded by the criminals that you guys are fighting. Take that from me. That's the take. They shouldn't even confuse you. You shouldn't even give them attention because they are actually paid to put you down. You see? But like I always tell people, you know, like I always tell people that evil can never triumph over righteousness. I will quote words of Emperor Gabriel Haile Selassie. He said that the inaction of those that could have acted and the indifference of those that should have known better, you see, is the reason why evil is triumphing, you know. The same people that should have been part of this, the same people that should be using their platforms and voices to stand for what is right, are the same people that are trying to chain you and put you down on the course that you are on. You see, I will keep on encouraging you people, don't stop, don't give up, don't be intimidated, don't be silenced, don't let these barking dogs put you down. You see, you are on a righteous cause. They thought that they could steal government money, they could embezzle public funds, and they just go scot-free. So what you're doing is you're trying to run after them, and guess what? They will have to fight back, you know, because corruption, embezzlement, thuggery, these are the chief pillars of Museveni's government alongside his cohorts. I will end my submission with words from one wise man called Cristoforo Colombo, known as Christopher Columbus. He said that nothing in human progress is achieved with a unanimous consent. Those that are enlightened are condemned to pursue the light in spite of others. You guys have already the picture that what the problem that we have in Uganda is corruption. Don't wait for any other, don't take questions from people who have not seen that. I mean, in these particular times, anyone who is not in this fight, where are you? You're either with us or with them. So anyone trying to put you down in whatever ways they come, don't give them attention. That is my I mean, that is my cry to you guys. Don't give those people attention. Don't retweet their whatevers. Don't reply them. We shouldn't even be discussing them here, because right now Anita Among is in his project in Bukedia. We should be talking about where does he get the money? Why can't we have a lifestyle audit? We should be focused on those things, you see. But we are here looking at those who are throwing stones at us. I mean, why are they throwing stones at us? We are a mango tree that has fruits. I mean, so they are trying to take away from us what we have. Don't give those people time. Don't give them your attention. I salute you all, guys, and this is history in making. I mean, the times we are in today as a country, we are in transition. So everyone who is adding up a voice in fighting for a better Uganda, mark my words, you are writing your name in the books of history of our country. Dr. Morgan, big up on yourself. The good girl, maximum salute. My name is Mohsin Mustafa Yusuf, aka Lieutenant General Ocean. Bagay demo following. Following. Big up on yourself, guys.
Right, follow the general. Kwanza bamajemba ati asolagana na mwera kasotandike bya general nga nsembera wala wala.
Ati good girl, nze siri munamaje nga bana abamu 7. Nze ndi I'm a Gideon soldier. I'm a righteous youth, you know.
I can follow him butuufu awo nnyonnyodde bulungi ze kasanda bebyo mbanziruka budusi kwanga. Anyway, we'll follow him because he's a youth like all of us on the same move, so follow him. Martin is our next speaker, but also, guys, we should take, today is a Sunday, let's take some time off all our from all this talk and all our egos and everything in between and all this. Remember, we have more than 100 people still covered with garbage as we speak. That alone should, make us reflect on so many things. We could be here, and the diversion you think they're taking out from fighting corruption, but the truth is, this government has neglected over 100 people, and they're buried in garbage. As we speak, they're not. The last time I checked, they only were able to retrieve 35 bodies. And from the previous space with Agatha and someone from the Red Cross, she was saying over 100 people are still down there, and the bodies are rotting. Garbage is burning them, so probably because the bodies, the last bodies they had retrieved were badly burnt, and the families of the victims were crying and saying that their mother was really, really burnt and really in a very, very bad shape. So as we sit here and think about how we all want to be seen and be heard and want to be recognized for what we are doing, remember, trash is covering our sisters and brothers, and don't forget, it is not far from you. Anytime now, because there's a lot of trash in town. So with another little more rain, we will all be, sharing on the death will be on our doorway and our doorstep. So as this government is trying to hoodwink us and do whatever they're doing, they've failed us. Corruption has failed us, because 4.1 billion every year was supposed to be spent taking care of that trash. They didn't. They didn't, and we lost more than 100 people. That is a massacre. That is a massacre. More than 100 people dead in a country, and the biggest problem that we have is to discuss who got funds for whatever reason, and we want accountability. Accountability, like Peter said, should be who is accounting for the people of Chitezi. I think we should redirect our energies back to Chitezi people. Yeah? Who is taking accountability? We need accountability for the people of Chitezi. That should be our aim. That should be our energy. No one has come out. The Fountain of Honor went to Mbadi to have a Thanksgiving. I don't know what we were thanking God for when his people are dying like dogs, buried in trash like wild animals. None has come out to even mourn the people of Uganda. No flag is flying half-mast. No apology, no explanation. And you are here attacking Agora. Did Agora take the 4 billion per year that was supposed to hold the people of Chitezi? Was it? Let us not be diverted. You see all those stupid tweets from that drunkard guy. It's just to take our mind that we have more than 100 people dead, buried in trash. That's the diversion. That is a diversion from how much corruption has affected us, or how much it is affecting us. They can call themselves thieves. We know they're all thieves. We know it's a family of thieves. Who has not stolen from that family? They're all thieves. So him coming out and telling us his brother-in-law is the biggest thief is a pot calling a saucepan black. They're all the same. But what is factual is we have more than 100 Ugandans buried under trash that they were not able to get their bodies out. And that's accountability we need. How can, after 1 week, still have Ugandans buried under trash with all these people stealing money in billions? But of course, when it comes to rescuing Ugandans, there is no money. When we need ambulances, we need excavators. No, we don't have money, but we have enough tear gas. We have enough guns. That is where our energy on this Sunday should be, crying for ourselves, because the dead are dead and resting. Cry for yourself and your children. But of course, I said the dead are not dead. I don't know how the families of those people are holding on to all this, knowing the whole week your father and mother is under a heap of trash, your children are under a heap of trash. And then the best Ugandans that think they went to school, they land at your space asking for accountability for stupid things. We need accountability, but we need accountability for the lives that were lost in Chase. And that should be the talk. That should be that should be where our energy should be redirected. You know, much as we want to speak a lot of English, explain to ourselves, So when I feel stupid. Because they have taken away from speaking a lot of English. So sometimes I think actually, you remember that lady? I was, thinking as someone was speaking here, and I remember the people of Chase. I remember that lady saying, you know what, we because there's not enough money, not enough resources, and of course, trash is eating up their bodies. They should make a mass grave, And before we know it, they're going to come and say, we can no longer rescue these people, we can no longer bring them out. We're turning Chase into a mass grave.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Yeah. Someone came in and wanted something, so yeah, I had to take a small minute.
I was worried that.
So yeah, that's what I was saying. Our next speaker, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Take on the mic, please.
Thank you so much. First of all, you've already spoken about the number one thing I was going to talk about, Chitezi. I don't know how you read my mind, and you had to bring it out because I was going to raise that instead of us focusing on Agora and those diverting us, we have causes to carry on. We have the Gajja cause, we have Chitezi, we have comrades who are marching tomorrow. So we need to really back them up, back each other up, because the issue of Agora, I trust Agatha. She will handle it. She's resting for 3 weeks because I saw her post. She'll come back. She'll handle that. The people asking that, just to a vehicle. Good Girl has raised an issue. People are buried in Chitezi. They're in trash. Our still very internet, very much diverting with other causes. Okay? So let's get to be focused, guys. I tried to earlier on say, let's feed our focus. Let's forget about the distractions. Let's try to think about the march that is coming on tomorrow with the medics. Let's talk about the Chitezi people up to date have not been, people are still down, and the people running this country are busy holding functions as if life is normal. They have not even put the flags at a half-mast. No, nothing. It's like our people are not, they don't matter at all. And this is something serious. In the US, even 10 people, 5 in those countries, they respect them. We are dealing with almost 100+ people still down, and nothing is going on. People like the ministries, the people, even the so-called leader of this country, and then we allow these things to come on. No. Let's not give them. Let's feed our focus. Our focus, we have march to parliament. We have to re-energize it. We have to re-energize the questions and the queries around the Chitezi. I will call it a massacre because it was negligence of the state. Okay, regardless of the theories around, but it's them that are to be blamed. We have the on Tuesday we have the town hall. We need all this. This should be our focus now. Okay, let's ignore the rest. The other things, like I said earlier on, it's a diversion. And Agatha will handle it. Omuntu akubuzet 1 million, 200,000 as who? That's Agatha's issue. But they want to bring it to march to parliament because they know like she's part of our cause. Okay, but let's not give them the focus. Right now, I'm begging Good Girl and the host, please let's now talk about the issues you've raised about the Chitezi. Let's talk about the Gajja that is coming. The ladies, please, this is your movement. Let's talk about the town hall meeting we're going to have. Let's re-energize that. Let's should I say market it? These are things that we should really focus on. The other people to be ignoring. Let's talk about things that matter now. Someone once said that I'm trying to forget, but anyway, let's just focus on things that matter for now because we have them at stake. To diverting with accountability. It's not even accountability. For what? For us, we are not demanding accountability. So when they come out to ask for accountability, accountability, so we should not even give them chance to mix us up. Okay, let's trust that Agora and Agatha will handle this. Yeah, I know she's resting. Okay, she's resting off media for some 3 weeks. But she'll come back. The people who are saying this, they know their agenda that they're trying to drive to. So the good girl, I'm begging, please, let's talk about Chitezi, let's talk about the matches coming ahead and how we should re-strategize the flyers, everything. Like, let's talk about that. Let's give our cause more momentum. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Florence, take over as I come back. Florence, are you
Yes,
there?
I'm here. Thank you so much.
Your hand up.
My hand was up, and now whatever I wanted to say is gone. Let the next speaker speak. I'll come back because I put my hand up for some time, and now sorry. The microphone. Yeah, thank you, good girl. I've remembered. Sorry. So there is we have been wondering for the longest time. Most people have been asking, what is the role of women in March to Parliament? Okay, women, where are the women? What are they doing? Everything like that. Now I'm here to let you know that, and I think good girl and Chigongo, you can give a microphone to Suna to come and tell us a little bit more. I know yesterday we had a space where he told us a bit about the Gajja, the women protest that is coming up. So yeah, though the women, you remember? Yeah, so so the women are organizing a protest that they are going to be at the forefront.
Is he right here? Is he at the space?
Yes, Suna is on the space. So I just
let him ask for the mic because I can't see him. First wait, Florence. I can't see him. Mr. Suna, you can ask for the mic. Flo, after you speak, you give to Wineva, Nakato, Anita. And Nakato, Anita will give us a prayer today. These people will think we also don't pray. We have spent the whole Sunday here. So Nakato, Omkulisto Mlungi, you will give us a prayer. Then we continue brief prayer. Flo.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So I was saying, like, the women are organizing a protest and they just need to buy a few things to help them in the protest. And yeah, they're asking a bit of help, financial help. Basaba can support them. So Suna is going to come and give more information about that. But what I know yesterday, he was telling us, if you would like to participate to help the women, take, like, because fundraising right now, like, we are asking for accountability and things like that. But if you would like to, participate and kind of support the women, for the few things they want to buy to make sure like they are ready for this protest. I don't know how they are organizing it and everything, but according to Suna yesterday on the space, they told him they would love to buy just a few things to make it, to make their message really hard. Well, so as a woman, I'm just coming out to call out to ask you, anything you have. Like I said, we don't know. We are all trying. Everybody is trying to do what they can do, and we are a team. Everyone does whatever they can do from wherever they are. Okay, so if you can help these women, if there's anything that you have that you can give them to help them buy what they need, yes, we have to keep moving forward. And for me, this is what I have to say about these fundraisings, this kind of things, is that it's a risk that we take. All right, it's a risk that we take because, like we are saying, like for me, I have already given, by the way, but it's a risk that we take. We take a risk because we don't know each other, and like things are manifesting. You can never know. So when you take a risk, you expect positive outcomes, things that you'll be satisfied with the outcome, or you may not be really satisfied with the outcome. So at the back of your mind, we have to know this, so that we are taking a risk in, like the people who go to march to the protest to march. It's a risk because you can never know what is going to be there. Right? So all of us are taking risks wherever we are. So if you have any coins or any paper money or whatever, there is nothing big, there is nothing small. Because we have, like the Baganda was saying, come Uganda. One by one makes a bundle. So yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. And I think Sina is here. He can add to that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, before Sona comes, Nakato, are you there?
Wendy.
Give us a prayer in your language or in the language you're most comfortable with, briefly. Then Mr. Sona will come and we continue.
Okay. Tuyombe tusabeko. Nsabira eggwanga lyange kulwa ebintu ebitambula ebitagenda bulungi era nsabira Bannayuganda basituke tusobole okwerwanira tuwalagenda tulwanirira. Ayi Mukama nkukwasiza eggwanga Uganda, Rwanda n'abo abagezaako okusanyawo ensi yaffe. Mukama kwata abantu abali b'enguzi abagezaako okutta Bannayuganda, abagezaako okubonyaabonya bannansi nga bo beefudde ab'amaanyi. Mukama baako engeri gy'obawetamu babeeko kwegamba bafune ku bulumi bw'ensi yaabwe baleke okubeera nga batulwanisa. Era nsabira abalwadde bonna abali mu malwaliro babe nga batereera, abantu abali mu mbeera embi, abantu abatayina mwasirizi, abantu abali mu kubonaabona ba dictator Museveni. Ayi Mukama taata tutaase ekizibu kya Uganda kibe nga kituviira. Mukama nga bwe wakikoze n'otuwonya abantu abadde batubonyabonya nga bampuuga ne bakuwa sanction. N'abalaba bati abagezaako okulyamu ensi yaabwe olukwe. Mukama baako engeri gy'obabonerezaamu. Ate era omuntu yenna yali ku kintu eky'okutta abantu ekiteezi. Mukama baako engeri gy'omwolesa eri abantu bamulabe. Mukama gumya emitima gy'Abannayuganda babeeko obuvumu babeere n'obumalirivu tusobole okulwanirira ensi yaffe nga Mukama wasalawo nti Uganda nti nsi nnungi. Mukama gifule ekirungi kyayo era ositule abantu emyoyo gyabwe basobole okulwanirira ensi yaabwe. Era n'abali wano ku platform abateesa ebintu byabwe nga birungi nga biva ku bwongo bwabwe n'obulumi ne ku mitima gyabwe. Mukama bongere omukisa bongere amaanyi tusobole okulwanirira ensi yaffe. Amiina.
Okay, thank you so much, Nakato, for that.
Nsabira kuteesaako 2 minutes.
Yeah, Tessa, within 2 to 3 minutes, then Mr. Suna will come and take on the mantle for the next phase of discussion.
Okay. Ekirala kyentegeezako bannayuganda bambi tusituke kiragenda tulwanirira. Mukama yatuyambye n'atugirayo omukazi yabadde Canada ng'ayogera arrogant nga yeefuula ow'akabi ng'amanyi yenna nnyini y'ensi eno. Kati nnyabo maama simanyi akyendi go weedipotinze nga wagamba bannayuganda nti beewamba. Kale tukwaniriza Uganda weebale kwedipotinga. Bantu mwe muleke okulumirirwa muleke okubeera mu bulamu bw'abannansi n'okwata biliyoni ne biliyoni n'otatunulira muntu ali mu kubonaabona. Education system ya Uganda yafa buli kimu kyonna kyafa naye nga abantu ababyonoona bakinnooma. Bannansi bali mu kiteezi baafudde naye n'osanga omuntu ng'alwanirira obusente obutono mu njagala accountability. Bantu mwe muzuukusa obwongo. Kino si ky'ekiseera ky'okulwanirira ssente musimanyi njagala accountability. Museveni atufuza emyaka 4 nga temuvaayo ne mwogera ku bigundi bino byafulumya budget nga temuvaayo ne mugamba nti Museveni tuwa accountability. Tuli wano tuli mu kwerumaluma tetuplaningidde eggwanga myaka 5 gigenda kufaanana gita. Tuli ku kya corruption bano bataddeyo match to parliament gojja ne diversion. Bantu mwe mukendezekawo mentality oba mulina 0.1 GB. Abantu tuyina obulumi ku mitima gyaffe tuyina obulumi bannansi bafiiridde mu kasasiro mu kigenderere n'ennyumba ezasigaddewo ne tulaba nga bali mu zisenda. Bannansi bali mu bisooto ng'ojja wano osaba ssente zikolere kyesaawa zino. Ekifo ky'okufukamira osabira ensi n'okuzuukusa bannansi abatamanyi biki bigenda mu maaso n'okubuulira abantu ki ekyokukola essaawa zino tubeere nga twenunula wabula ovaayo obalaata ezo ssente z'osaba zigenda kugasa ki. Bannansi baafudde ne buli omu ali ku bibye osanga obukaddekadde buli myaka 5 myaka 6 buli mwozambe ensi eri mu kusaanawo. Abaana abato tugenda kuba tubalaga ki emito myaka 5 myaka 6 ng'omukazi omukulu omusajja omukulu oli wano oli mu kusaba busimanyi accountability otwala eddakiika z'abantu lwaki oba tugenda n'otwitinga n'otambuza hashtag n'olaga obulumi bw'ensi yo n'obuulira abantu ki ekyokukola. Ne muli kuno abamu balina ku bye bamazeyo emyaka 5 myaka 6 bayika nadda windows mu ng'omusanga ayogera nonsense olubagambako nti abaana b'ennaku zino bakulu. Bantu mwe mutwesonyiwe oba tolina kyakwogera sirika oba tolina kyakwogera genda weebake naye n'obeera awo. Bannansi bali mu kubonaabona abantu bali mu kufa ebintu by'okuteesako bingi ekifo ky'okuzuukusa abantu pushinga abantu ki ekyokukola tubasomese abantu beetagisa okusomesa ko baabe basadde ng'ova eri n'olubuto lwo gy'obuzuuma. Mwenga temusabanga Museveni ssente z'atunze mu golodi ssente z'akoze mu biki ssente zeewoze mu mawanga essaawa zino mangi bw'obukadde 3 bw'essaakera kulyako. Bantu mmwe nga mumaliriza mulekere okutumanira mulekere okulyamu ensi yammwe olukwe ate buli alyamu ensi yaffe olukwe n'abonyaabonya Abaganda n'abonyaabonya bannansi tuli bakolimira mugenda kubonaabona mugenda kubula we munywa amazzi kuba buli wensituka ekiro nenkaaba amazzi gangamba naye kale abantu abatuusiza ku kino baliraba ekisinga waawe. Nosanga omuntu tafudde eki wabula kasanze ndi bulungi ne famire yange abaana abato bogenda okuleka ku duniya ligasi ki egyokoze nga oli musajja mukulu otuuse emyaka gy'okufa mba tukanadda myaka gy'okuzimba emirambo ina ali awo tamanyi na buwangwa nanona gyatwasamira wano apostinga agantu ag'ekisirumbu Museveni paka lasiti mwakikwata bukwasi babo banuku babuma. Nosanga omuntu n'ayasama okuva ku makya n'asibisa enjuba atayina na mulimu gwakulabula kubuzaabuza abantu kutandika tugamba mwe muli amuleekaana buleekaana. Kozesa essimu yo ali ku gulawundi gezaako okubuulira abantu ki ekyokukola tutambuze flyers tusalesale entoto nti bannange kyekikino okutwala Museveni. Naye ng'era mmaliriza bannayuganda mukungaanye kasasiro from today omusulo ebibiza ebifudde bipampa olunaku lwabiri tuyiwe kasasiro buli wamu asobodde okukola pupu kukuba omukoleko ekibuga wekinajjula ekivundu tujja kulaba ababeera mu bimotoka bya mpenkoni gabe mutakifulume nga kiwuna bibeera mu esi singa Katonda atuyamba buli munnansi yenna wali neyekalakasa nga atambuza pupu buli wamu bwekifo ky'okugenda mutoyo bw'okuŋŋaanya omusolo guyiweere kasasiro gwe gukwate guliwe mukulu ate kasasiro agenda kutwala Museveni mumukungaanyize ddala muliwe ne ku Northern bypass ekiyitira nga kyasanira mu Komakenderenge. Bannansi baafudde bali mu 3 plus ng'abantu 37 be baafudde kyokka nga n'ennyumba ezasigaddewo bali mu zimenya bwati tugenda twafunye investor simanyi eddakiika yemu investor dakiika yemu kino naye nga mulese ligase mwaganya bandasimu abalina ebinnya ebyawambula tugenda kubalondoola era nze akaana kange kengenda okuzaala ngenda kafuuwa mu kutu kagambe mwana wange omunalwanda yatuusiza ensi yaffe bweti tuve mu buto wakati kutakawa ekisookera mu kutu omunalwanda mutemu omulaba nga omutemangako omutu tulabe munnabeera mu ggwanga Uganda ngyeyagaliramu neyebadde enteesa yange.
Okay, Sona.
Thank you so much, host. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nancy on your background. Host, please go to your DM and see. Also, Florence called me in here for ladies' match, Gaja Gaja. Please, yesterday we held a space, and ladies are trying to organize a peaceful match, but you know the situation, especially in a protests. They're organizing something, they're cooking, and as a person, I trust ladies, so they're cooking. And they reached out, they said they need some kind of support from us. So what I can say is that trust the women that when they cook, they always cook good food. So this is a women's movement, a women's protest. You will see the details on the day of the protest. So I can't tell you this, that, or that. Omukazi wangamba nti agenda kufumba nze I don't mind ntula butuzi wali nenida because much money I know what she's going to cook, so just let us support them guys. I see someone is coming to my DM. Come to my DM. There is a reason why they don't want to expose their numbers, but I have their number, so just come to my DM. I'll give you the number. Yes, sir.
And also to be particular, you would stress which kind of support they want, so that
okay.
Can, yes.
Okay, they want the ladies, our sisters, our girlfriends, our wives, our mothers, they want some financial support. Which is around 1.5 million. So we are supporting them. Anything is important. So you can support them. Also, look at DM, no number, no directly. So you are not sending to me, you are sending to them. Just a number. But I don't just give a number to anyone. So just come to my DM and I give you the number. Yes, we want money, but we don't want to compromise our protest. So I protesters, and you know what I mean by that. So that's what I can say. Gaja Gaja is the hashtag, always moving together with March Parliament. So it is part of the March Parliament, but the women are the one cooking. Katinga Musaja, just trust the women. Nobody was just trust a woman. A woman who kufumba, what she's cooking. So trust me, the ladies are cooking. Thank you so much. I'll just take a small time. Thank you so much, guys. Come to my DM, MPOT, come to my DM and get the number. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, host. Thank you very, very much.
Mr. Suna, before you go, you can also comment about medical workers' protest. So that's
yeah. By the way, thank you so much, host. Thank you so much, very much. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, Bamedics, Bagambia, they want to be deployed. Medics, they are marching to Parliament. You know, Ugandans are divided. Sometimes when these ones are marching, others are on their businesses. But you have seen the unemployed are marching already to Parliament, seeking to be employed, seeking to get ways of being employed. But also, neighbor professionals, medical profession, they are marching tomorrow. So let us power them. If we have some medics here, I know one of us here is, I think, Principal D, is from that profession. And some of you guys are medics already practicing. You know what it means. Deploying and not and all that. So these young people are going to march to Parliament. Let us dedicate this Sunday to power them because it is tomorrow. You know, Bobanga oli medikeyo no ulira abantu ngabayogera nti ngabakupowalinga and you feel like you are not going. Nengo oli ku space, there is a kind of power that you feel. You know, there is a kind of power that you feel. So we need to power those medics. Bobanga medic ali wano ku space. Actually, so not choose a topic ile tugamba medics are march to Parliament like that in turns. So that netuba powalinga someone out there ngali mu space na ulira amani. There's that kind of energy you feel a day before the protest. And these guys are going to march to Parliament tomorrow, and it's a process that we have tomorrow. But on Tuesday we'll have. So what do we have? What do we do when we have a protest? We always prepare for that protest by speaking, supporting, and everything that we can say. So let us dedicate these remaining hours of this day to speak about the medics march to Parliament. Now march to Parliament is we want to see everyone coming. The medics, our engineers, everyone should be able to march to Parliament. By that, we'll be able to build a very big momentum for a massive march to Parliament. That means Monday, Tuesday we'll be having protest, and also Thursday we'll be having protest. So like we are busy. Last week we had a protest on Thursday. just know that the protests are not going to stop, whether it's what, the protests are not stopping. But when the medics stand, they also give another people opportunity to also stand. I heard even about teachers. So let's support them. Let's support them. By the way, before I end, government has not announced the day of national mourning in Uganda. People are disgruntled. Abantu bakoye tebamanyi muntu kyagenda bayamba kitegere. So obanga oli eyo ng'oli medic ngoloza ndi government etasobola kudeclaring day of national mourning ng'efiiddwa abantu asatu abasuka mu asatu ndowooza bagenda kuyamba. No, these guys are only caring about their money. Singa badde bya sente singa already badeclaring nze dda wano a day of national mourning. Singa Bank of Uganda yabadde yidde ng'ekuta omuliro singa already badeclaring the day of national mourning. Kubanga sente zaabwe ziyidde. Naye kati it is not about money. They don't care. So medics go. Thank you so much, my host. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I don't know, who came first between Chivumbi and Bob, but we can have Chivumbi, then Bob next. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Simanyi oba mumpulira. Oba mumpulira muyinza okunconfirminga nti mumpulira.
You are loud and clear.
Aha, neyanza nnyo. Nze ngenda kusooka okwebaza nnyina wano waliwo gwe bayita Florence. Florence ndowooza kugundye kuliko leaderless, tribeless, partyless, fearless. Si bwe kiri. Naye okusinziira ate ku program gye tuliko walimu abantu abaleetamu ekintu ekya tribe ekyo mu butuufu. Ekya tribe kizeemu nnyo y'ensonga lwaki ebintu bino bigenda tulemesa okustopinga corruption. Corruption ffenna etwaffectinga kituufu. Naye bwe kijjamu akantu aka tribe, yes, ogenda okutunuuliramu ti mu big positions ezo big guns zonna zikolebwa n'osanga nga zirimu tribe. Naye nga ffe nga ffe tukozeewo ki katukifuule nti ffe bannayuganda, leka tube bannayuganda tuleke okwesigama ku tribe. Bwentyo ekintu ekyo kye mbadde njagala tubeera clear ku ekyo ekintu ekyo. Ate ekintu ekya flyers, t-shirts, ebintu ebyo byonna kuba nze nagezezaako okunoonya flyer naye ekintu bakimonitorizinze nnyo kyafuuse kya ssente ate eziri waggulu nti n'omuntu atunda flyer kebe t-shirt mu butuufu yakiwanise waggulu nnyo. Nda mukwano gwange Florence awanise omukono kamu opportunity ayinza okuba nga alina kyagala okugamba. Florence, go ahead.
Chivumbi oli bulungi ssebo. Nze nedda nze waliwo mbadde sitegedde bulungi. Mbadde nsaba more information about kyogambye ekyo nti kiyingidde mu nnyo tribe. Sitegedde bulungi. Why are you saying that? Okijjawa.
Waliwo mukwano gwange awo asoose okwogera before nga waliwo yasoose okwogera awo ye yayogedde ku kintu eky'Abanyarwanda maye be bakoze ekyeggwanga be bakoze eki. Kitegeera. Naye nze nfunye ku opportunity egezaako okutambula lino eggwanga n'okunoonyereza okukola analysis nti ne bwe gaba amagye olwaleero ne bakola recruitment nti ogenda sanga enamba ensinga obunene ogenda gisanga nga abakiga be beewaddeyo, abanyankole be beewaddeyo, abafumbira be tujja oyita Abanyarwanda beewaddeyo okuyingira ago amagye. Kyova olaba nti olwaleero nti ne bwe tunaagamba kukyusa gavumenti tulina bwe tugenda emikono emirala gye tugenda ogiteekamu either nga mituufu oba nga si mituufu. Lwaki? Nti ensonga yiino nti olaba ebintu byonna ogenda ga nti controlling eggwanga olina okweddiza amagye ago. Naye weebuuze gwolooza kanjogere ku tribe ey'Abaganda gwolooza mulimu bameka? Waliwo we have never wanise omukono naawe kankuwa opportunity oyinza okuba nga olina kyoyagala okumbuuza. Go ahead.
Kyetwogeddeko eky'Abanyarwanda, tribe y'Abanyarwanda si tribe mu Uganda. Ekyo kimenyewo mukulu. Tribe.
Hello guys, let's not narrow this conversation to tribe.
Mubute ku mulamwa.
We are tribeless, we are partyless, we are religiousness. So if anybody said it was personal and it is not attributed to the movement as a whole. And so let's have Bob submit, then Paul.
Wait. Let's finish.
Let me first.
Banange muleke Chivumbi amalirize. Naye Florence woba osaba ka minute, make it half a minute please. Naye Kenneth oyino amalirize. We all want to interject somewhere, but it's good we first let the person finishes and then we interject.
Kati mbadde njagala okumanya.
Guys, mwagala kumpamba.
Tetujja kuwamba mukama wange.
Kocha kwamba government ate mwagala kuwamba nze. So Chivumbi.
Mbadde nsaba kumaliriza.
Wait. Chivumbi.
Wanji.
I don't know whether you understand how spaces are conducted. You don't have a right to give to everyone. No kamwechi as if you have finished your submission. You first finish your submission, Bomala, then it is not your right to allocate mics to others.
Okay, thanks. Kati ekirala kye mbadde njagala kuba this whatever started long time nabuza opportunity y'okwogerako ati first waliwo mu kusooka yagweddeko awo ekintu nti obudde ate butuuka ekintu ne kijjamu leaderless ne kijjamu okugamba nti wetutandise okumakinga ate ekintu ne kijjamu leader nti nze ate agenda okulembera akabinja kano nekyo ekintu ekyo nandibadde nange njagala kiveewo nti singa tuba tugambye nti matching let it be match naye nga tetulina leader buli muntu ate ekirala tubeemu ne volunteerism tubeemu ne patriotism kubanga we banagamba t-shirt oli nagamba nti ngenze gula t-shirt ate oginguze emitwalo 8 flyer nginoonya ate nayo ngisanga wagiwanise kitegeeza obukintu okifudde monetizing nnyo tubadde tusaba akantu ako bannaye ffenna tuli wano abalina flyers ezo abalina t-shirt muzirina naye mutuyambe muzikendeze ku price tuzigule ffenna buli muntu agifune omuntu mukimanya asiiba talidde asiba takoze eki struggling okufuna akasente ne flyer t-shirt bwogiteeka ku sente nyingi tajja gigula ate ekintu ekya leadership nti ono yakulembedde kana kabinja nakyo njagala mukyogereko ng'aziwe match neyanziza I conclude that kyekyo ekintu kye mbadde njagala okwogerako.
Thank you. Bannange, I've been listening in. Naye waliwo, if I'm on this space, I don't know if my host you're recording this. There are some statements I don't want to allow. Ziyiteeko nga tetuzichallenge nze. Munnaffe yatuwadde essaala, I think it was We Never Give Up, Nakato. Yagambye nti ye agenda preaching nti Abanyarwanda batta buli omu batta eggwanga lyaffe Uganda. Your statement eri personal, nyinza ogitegeera, naye nze nandisabye nti we do not reduce this to Banyarwanda. I will also say, Bannayuganda, we have watched for so long things happening in our country that tetulina kye tukola sometimes. So I don't want to generalize the Banyarwanda. That is the number one thing I did not feel comfortable with. Era si buli atunyigiriza mu Uganda Munyarwanda. Nedda. Look at the head of CMI, Damulira, Munyarwanda. Waliwo abantu bangi abali mu institution, they might be having that background and all that. But if we are tribeless, I repeat, if we are tribeless, we should avoid generalizing of Kabilas and tribes. We should point directly to who is affecting us. Because now, if you say that, you are exonerating people like Anthony Natif, who are doing a lot of diversions. Banange tumuine Wilberforce, mute your mic, brother. Guys, so that is number one. I do not disagree with your statement, and neither do I agree with it. I'm just saying that we are tribeless here, and we are not going to entertain talk that is going to lead others to fight others on tribal ground. Ekyokubiri, I want to allow Florence to have guys, muteke wansi emikono. I think if you have a question, maybe yes, but take up pressure for moderating. Florence, you have a minute. I think my host will give us the order of how people will proceed. Otherwise, we have me accepted Salma and Polymat over there also having hands up. So, guys, no tribal talk one. We understand there are a group of people who are oppressing us. They are from the same village. Rwanda is big than those oppressors of Uganda. But Anita Ababukedia, all right? Simunya Rwanda. So, Waganda Lange, but I understand everybody's frustration. Let's go on, Florence.
Yes. Nyansan yourself, thank you so much. But in me, this is what I'm going to add to what you have said about tribeless. Tribeless does not mean we don't belong to, we don't have tribes we belong to. In this space, tribeless, like all our tribes are welcome. Okay, we belong to different tribes, and all the tribes within Uganda are welcome to be part of this march to parliament. It's an inclusive tool. So if the tribes are within Uganda, all Ugandans, in fact, it means every person in Uganda belongs to a particular tribe. So all Ugandans are welcome in this march to parliament. In this march to parliament, we only have two sides, by the way. So there's not any other classification. The only classification, Jetulina, is we, the people against corruption, are on one team, and the corrupt are on another team. There are only two teams. You either belong to us, who are anti-corrupt, or you belong to the other side, the corrupt side. That's all. So, Banange, when we are speaking, we have to remember our basics, our fundamentals. We are leaderless, which means we are all leaders. We are partless, which means it doesn't matter which political party you belong to, we are all here. Only that in this space of march to parliament, we do not put the political parties, everything politics in here. When we are in here, we are Ugandans, because before anyone joins any political party, when we are born, we are just Ugandans. Okay, but everybody is welcome. Okay, everyone from whatever, whether NRM, UPC, whether NDP, whether NUP, whatever, we are all here as long as you belong to the anti-corruption team and you're Ugandan. Okay, so that's what I wanted to add on to that. And on the issue you are raising of people selling t-shirts expensively, I have no evidence. I don't know. This is my first time to hear that. But what I know is that we have been fundraising for some flyers. You know, maybe JMO might, I don't know whether she's on this space. Maybe she'll come when she comes in, she can come in and kind of elaborate on this issue. I don't know where you went to buy the t-shirt and was, no, she's fundraising money for flyers. Okay. So About t-shirts, I honestly don't know if there is anyone making t-shirts for anybody because and I don't even know that there is anyone fundraising for making that. Okay, so I don't know where you went to buy the t-shirt that was so expensive. Honestly, I have no idea on that. Okay, so yeah,
All right.
that's what I wanted to
Your
add.
minute,
Thank you so much.
thank you. Your minute has elapsed. Thank you. And there is something that Nakato said. Florence, mute. There is something that Nakato said that Florence, mute.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Mute. Okay, let me try. Right. Chiwede. Nakato said that the Nyarwanda are not a tribe. I also think I stand to be corrected in case they are not a tribe or they are a tribe. But whatever they are in Uganda or they are asylum seekers or it's a community, let's not harass them. We have a lot of people in Uganda that are living with us. Let's not look at them in such a way. Kubanga nzenja kugamba abatutamba manyi n'abatunyigiriza mbamanyi n'abakuba akadingidi for those who are oppressing us mbamanyi. So the biggest number may not be them. However, we also need to take the blame equally when we see some wrongdoing happening. For example, most of us have seen lots of videos being recorded when people are being abducted, people are being arrested, but for what? For fighting against corruption, for saying no to bad leadership. And ask yourself, how do we get these videos? They are recorded by other Ugandans who are just watching on. We have seen protesters who got to march at Parliament, and there are other Ugandans on top of buildings supporting them, and others are just discouraging them. But all in all, they are not seeing like this is also their fight. So that is why I'm saying everything I'm saying. We have a lot of blame as Ugandans. We have a lot of blame as people who have watched our the country shrinking. But it's never too late to do otherwise. It's never too late to do the right thing. So this is why we are here, and we are not going to stop until Anita resigns. Anita must resign, come what may. Polly Matovu, you have a minute. Then we shall. I think is it Salma? Salma dropped. All right, Polly, speak to us. We shall go to Bob after. I think Nakato also is here. Okay, good. Go on.
Hello, banange mwebale nnyo kuweereza nziramu nga ngamba nti nno bannayuganda tulina okutegeera ekintu kimu. Museveni ali at work. Museveni ayagala nnyo nga tweyuzaayuza ne twekula. Museveni yakikola intentionally okutwawula mu mawanga. Kakati ayagala ne bannayuganda baleme kwagala Banyarwanda, ayagala bannayuganda baleme kwagala ba Western, ayagala bannayuganda baleme kwagala ba Sudanese oba Kenyans. That's intentional. Ebyamawanga tebijja tukolera. Nga bogambye bring back our people. Akakundi kamutu kamanya akabonyabonya bannayuganda. Mulimu Abaganda, mulimu Abateeso, mulimu Abati. It's a bunch of people abatubonyabonya. Sebya tribe buli omwalina tribe ye, buli omwalina political party gya belonging, buli omwalina his belief. As long as ng'omanyi nti oli ku mazima, kuyogera mazima. It's better to speak up, no yogera ekituufu, naye ng'oli on the right cause. Cause gye tuliko, stop corruption, march to parliament, Anita must go, must resign. Naye bino ebyokweruma tribe tebigenda tukolera. Tulina Baganda baffe nga our cousins bali half Banyarwanda, half Baganda, so what? So should we deny them? Nedda. Ebyo Museveni byayagala tweyuzeyuze, twevome, tukole ki? Atudivertinze, atujje ku kintu kye tuliko, stop corruption. Abantu, in fact, they are buried mu rubbish. Ekyo akitugyeko, that's intentional. Kati tuli wano twogera ku accountability, twogera ku tribe. Rubbish. That's all rubbish. Bannange, you people, let's unite nga bwe tubadde. Today ku mulamwa gwaffe tujjako otya Museveni gundi ki Anita ku ntebe eyo. Tumugoba ntya mu parliament gyagambye that's her house. That's not her house. Amanyi ennyumba azimanyi gye ziri e Bukedya. That's not her house. All institutions ziri corrupt in Uganda. Ziri under captivity. Museveni yazikwata zonna nazikuba mu nkwawa zibwe nnyabwe. Ziri awo. They are frustrated. Mwogede ku kintu kya t-shirt kati yenvudde kya t-shirt. Bannange, let's make this gundi campaign gundi ki priceless. Bw'oba olina t-shirt enkadde genda bagikubeko print. Oba wandiika manira, oba kwata pen wandiikeko black markers gye ziri. Oteekeko. Why are you going to buy a new t-shirt? For what? Ezo sente zogenda okuteekamu gula marker egulanga nnusu 5. Weewandikire gundi ye bulungi nnyo ogende okuba match. Abantu bonna baagala kukola ssente. Of course n'oli agenda okukola ki okutunda t-shirt naye ayagala kukola ssente. Lwaki tagula ssente? Alaba abantu bagula t-shirt. Of course naye ajja zirinyisa. Kubanga we twatuka this Uganda state yaffe is failed. It's a failing state. Kati dabono omukazi wa gundi gwe badipotinze yabadde yerowooza nti no she's all that. Avuma Bannayuganda, oppressing Bannayuganda. Kakati daba. Naye bamuziza agenda mu rubbish. Buli muntu yenna atalina kintu kyonna kigatta ku this gundi ki okuggyako obugundi obuli bwengezi. Rubbish. Tolina kyoyogera, tolina kyotugamba, va ku space, genda. Rubbish. Naye nga people, let's unite, let's concentrate. Tukole ekintu kino nga kiri priceless. Okay, every revolution twetaaga ssente. Ekyo tukimanyi. Naye ebintu ebimu tusobola obyekolera nga tetukozezza ki ssente nnyingi nnyo. Kwata t-shirt enkadde wandiikako. That's my submission. Thank you, guys.
All right, Polly, thank you. Maybe also say something about the t-shirts, flyers, stickers. First of all, Polideko Florence. Florence, okay. I had Florence talking about JMO and She's like the one who has been collecting some money for stickers. Kenneth Chivumbi, it's good you're still here. I wanted to respond to you directly, Kenneth, that it is possible you could have tried to get yourself a t-shirt and someone is giving it to you at a hefty price or a big price. But Nangi, you need to understand, first of all, it is your personal responsibility to equip yourself with materials that are speaking against corruption. Let it be a t-shirt, let it be a flyer. It is your responsibility. So it could be true, Kenneth could have gone looking for a t-shirt or a printer, and he found it is very expensive. That is true. But it is again your responsibility, Kenneth, to teach those people who are printing t-shirts that this t-shirt is not for actually me. It starts with me, but it also extends to your business. So Naboba supporting, this is how we recruit people. This is how we recruit Ugandans to understand corruption is a wider problem. It doesn't just stop on individuals. Secondly, JMO is not like a person taking responsibility to make flyers. She's an individual. She's a Ugandan. She has different businesses. She only gave in her time to fight against corruption in a way of making sure she can reach out to people who are making flyers, connect them to people who need them. All right. So let's understand this. JMO is a bridge to those who can make for us flyers and stickers that at a very cheap level, and to those who need them. Now, yes, see, I know sole responsibility. Sagala muwesente, then mudewano, wagala accountability ya flyer, wagala accountability ya whatever. What we have seen in these few days should teach us, and we should be very cautious on how we proceed. So JMO is willing to help. The flyers you can send as cheap as 1,000 shillings. We don't want money that would help you with other things. We want money that you can put away as a token or as a tip in a restaurant. How much is a sticker? To JMO's people, they are making stickers. A sticker is 10 Ugandan shillings. Nusu kumi. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah? And a reflector, the jackets that we are giving borders reflectors, they are 5,000, the ones without words. They are 7,000, the ones with words like stop corruption and all that. If you have some of these things on timeline, put them in the comment section so that people can see them. So this is how cheap the material we are using is. And someone said we should make this very priceless. We are fighting corruption. We do not intend to fight corruption with money because money is the source of all corruption. So make it cheap. You have a t-shirt in your house, go and write on it with with a marker. If you cannot take it and they print it, let's make this very easy, guys. Let's not complicate it. It's not a must you should wear a brand new t-shirt. If you are marching on Tuesday and Thursday without a t-shirt, you're far better than someone who is simply making t-shirts only to wear them in the house. You know, we have to make statements outside and inside. We have to be resistant at all time. We have to build that mentality of resisting whatever the corrupt are trying to do. So for t-shirts and stickers and flyers, we are doing them in different languages. Now we have Gaja, you know, the women march is coming on. Women are cooking and we are supporting them in different ways. So you can make a t-shirt as a lady. You can make for your lady a t-shirt and give it to her as a gift. You can make for your daughters and kids t-shirts. You have to be informed how women are affected by corruption in the country. To begin with sanitary pads, we also that women are using soil to make their sanitary pads, all right, which is very wrong. And things like alcohol are not taxed like how they tax sanitary pads. Our leaders, what is their intention to tax sanitary pads? Yeah. So let's equip our people, especially the ladies, with information, because when a lady joins on the front line of the struggle, of the fight, whichever fight it might be, so we should support them. On the issue of doctors, please, we are the patients. When a doctor has no gloves, we are the ones who suffer the patients. So we are equally responsible to join the fight. Anyone who is fighting against corruption, even if it is a priest, we should fight with them. Before I go to the next speaker, Polly, you have half a minute.
Bambi, mbadde nerabidde okwogera ekintu kino. When it comes to accountability, nze ekintu kino mbadde mbalwana nnyo nga ngamba waayo obusente obutonotono obutagenda kuluma. N'otegeera nti no you're contributing to the noble cause weewaddeyo ekyo ky'osobola okukola. Naye nga bw'obaayo ssente nnyingi nnyo, I agree nti bw'oba owaddeyo ssente nnyingi otugambe you want accountability. Naye bw'oba owaddeyo ennusu 1,000 oli ozimuwadde oziwadde Jema agule flyer. Ojja kimanya she's not going to corrupt that gundi ki 1,000 shillings. Ziweeyo ng'omanyi tezijja kuluma. Kino kirina okiyiga. Ng'omanyi nti nno 1,000 lugenze. Kakiringa ne bw'oba osanze omuntu nga talina ssente n'omuwe ssente agenda agula emmere. How are you going to account for that? Bannange tukole obuntu obutonotono nga buyamba ng'olina eggwanga lyo at heart. Ate oyogere ku kintu kya doctors bw'oba ogenze emulako nga doctor agenda kukolako nga talina gloves. Mubuuze waki tolina gloves ogenda kunkolako. Bannange twebeereremu. Kubanga these are the people who are supposed to go noki okuteeka government ku nninga. Waki talina gloves ng'agenda kukolako. Nze abange nze I hold them accountable. Tulina okwebereramu every corner buli wamu. Yena mu church mu kifo ky'okuwayo collect sulamu kagundi ka flyer stop corruption. Ebyo ebyange nze kambaleke.
That is the way forward. That is the way forward. That is the way forward, people. I'm going to bring in our next speaker. Guys, you need to understand one thing. Some of you have heard that When the doctors are protesting, our nurses bali waka. When the nurses are protesting, our teachers bali waka. It starts with us to stop that. It starts with us Ugandans to stop that. If the doctors are protesting, if you are Ugandan, it doesn't matter whether you're nurse or what, join the fight. If the teachers are protesting, join the fight. If we are here having the conversation, share the space. Some of you are even having the microphones here, but you can't even share the space. So we do not want you guys to have this kind of big responsibilities. We need to distribute the responsibilities. We segment it. It becomes very small for every individual to do what needs to be done. Share the space, please. Let's proceed to Bob, and after we shall have culture. Bob.
Yes, thank you. Bring back our people. Thank you, Moncada, my brother Katamba Chigongo, for the tireless effort you input into the struggle, Muji Martin, and all the participants, all the undivided, devoted, participants into the struggle, because we have to do something more than something so that we can extricate ourselves from the predicament of this Museveni making. Dear brothers and sisters, I hope all is well with you spiritually. Yes, dear Lord, Lord of Lord, God of God, King of King, your glorious throne, it is for generations and generations, Heavenly Father. We are so thankful for the courageous minds you have bestowed upon our shoulder and our conscious minds that we have to do something to restore sanity and human dignity in the land where you installed our forefathers, irregardless of our tribal lineage. You understand? So, Heavenly Father, we are so grateful. We have been enduring a lot of pain, psychological and physical pain, but with your presence in our life, the reason why we cling on your presence in our life, it is that we are still breathing. We inhale the oxygen and we exhale the carbon dioxide, Heavenly Father. We are so hopeful and we know that we are prevailing because our struggle, it is well guided. It is well, protected by your grace, Heavenly Father. We thank you. We thank you for your loving kindness. Dear brothers and sisters, Bob the Mechanic, right before you here, I would like to share my comments on the tragedy of Kitezi. Dear brothers and sisters, the tragedy of Kitezi, it is a very, very crucial one, and it's just spinned out of control, out of Museveni's control. But this thing, it was a well orchestrated tragedy of which Dictator Museveni wanted to hit a couple of birds with a single stone to his detriment, because he doesn't know what the Lord is planning to do in the next jiffy or next minute. You understand? Mr. Museveni thought that he would be able to chase away the people of Kitezi by planting the dynamites there and come and claim that there was a landfill slide. But the Lord said, no, I opened the eyes of my people. They are going to see step by step. And this kind of slow pace we are enduring in the struggle, it is not a coincidence. It is not meant to disgust us or to discourage us in this struggle. It is meant to open our eyes to be more observant in the process of forcing Anita Among to resign. When you see the people we used to trust and we could entrust matters of leadership into their hands, the way they have betrayed us generally, those individuals, it is a clear symbol that the Lord is operative in our midst. So, brothers and sisters, the tragedy of Kitezi, it is opening the hope of the Uganda, those who had hope within the illegitimate regime of Dictator Museveni, that hope should all melt down and shrink to its extinction, because if a state was real caring about its people, there is no way Mr. Museveni would have failed to announce a national mourning. There is no way Mr. Museveni would have failed to commission, not Mr. Museveni, there is no way the government would have failed to dispatch adequate relief to save the people. There is no way the government would have failed to commission journalists to present to the general public what is happening in Kitezi. There is no way, if we were led by a just government, it would have failed not to deploy the internship at that tragedy site to save lives. There is no way, if we are being led by a just government, a government which we selected on our own, would have failed to cater for the people of the Republic of Uganda. So, brothers and sisters, Kitezi, it is a spark. And it has been revealed to us by the Lord that, my sons and daughters, you are seated on a timing bomb. So we received the information that while Museveni commissioned the UPDF to become as the engineering brigade within Kampala metropolitan city, we received the information that while they were tampering with the trenches and all that, as we saw, they planted the explosives around Kampala. You understand? Having lost the legitimacy of leadership from year 2021, they planted explosives around Kampala in the trenches because they expect to unleash terrorism in Kampala. It wasn't coincidental, Mr. Gashumba, to come on national television or on a national radio station and say the way the people of Rwanda are being discriminated, which was a baseless statement. There is no Rwandi who is being discriminated in Uganda. We've grown up with Rwandese, we've studied with Rwandese, we've been in love with Rwandese. You understand? They are not discrimination. So Mr. Gashumba, he is preparing the minds of Ugandans psychologically, which is about to happen, terrorism. You understand, brothers and sisters? We need to put our brain, our eyes in the brain, and we think of the words being spoken by political pundits, especially those who are ingratiating themselves to the rotten family of Dictator Yoweri Museveni and Mama Janet Museveni. These are the people who are well responsible for the blast that claimed hundreds of lives of Ugandans in Kitezi. These are the people who houses a man who is responsible for all the diplomatic gaffe, the shamefulness being exhibited and put on the name of Ugandans by a clique of people who capture our political institutions. I'm speaking of Mr. Hodrick Rwabogo, who happens to be Mr. Dictator Yoweri Museveni's son-in-law. This is the man who has been behind the money laundering of exporting beautiful young women to Dubai, while they had put a casino illegally on the Uganda house in Dubai, operating illegally, selling our sisters as sex traders. And when the authority of Dubai busted this sting operation of mafias based in Uganda, organized and controlled by Hodrick Rwabogo, the ambassador of Uganda in Dubai was expelled. Dear brothers and sisters, we have to understand. So do not be caught on the wrong side of the story that what Madaras Mohos is castigating his brother-in-law, it is real. No, they are trying to divert you from Kitezi massacre. They are trying to divert you from the 417 prisoners Museveni exported to DRC Congo to start growing rice. These are all political prisoners, and we received the information credibly from ASP Asim of Bible and Politics, indicating that Museveni is planning to exterminate all political prisoners in his dungeons. Now, they have taken them to cultivate the land in Congo as growing rice, but they are destined to death because they are indigenous Ugandans and they are a threat to his status quo of his murderous regime. So, brothers and sisters, going back to the issue of Kitezi, we received the credible information as well from ASP Asime of Bible and Politics, saying that 2 days ago, Anita Among, Mr. Yoweri Museveni Kaguta, the murderer, Matthias Mpuga, his sycophant, Doris Kisaka, they sat and reached on an agreement saying that if Honorable Mwada Nkunyinji, Kyadondo East representative in the August House, if he does not stop talking about the Kitezi, the motivations, the actual death, and the motives of the military to cordon off or to put a demarcation of the area they want, what are the motivations? They say that if Mwada Nkunyinji does not stop, they are going to kill him. This is Matthias Mpuga, Mr. Yoweri Museveni, the chief killer, Anita Among Anet, a representative of the people of Bukedia, who is imposed into the speakership seat, and Dorothy Kisaka, who is operating on Museveni's interest as the Kampala Capital City Authority. They agreed and they signed their documents to kill Mwada Nkunyinji. So we are telling you, all of you parliamentarians, whether you are NRM, whether you are DP, whether you are FDC, whether you are NUP, collectively, we are telling you, stand with Mwada Nkunyinji, and whatever that happens to him, those individuals, 4 of them are responsible. Matthias Mpuga, you are doing a lot of bad things. Dear brothers and sisters, going back to the issue of Mr. Sekikubo, dear brothers and sisters, we have been hoodwinked for far too long. We have been duped by politicians for far too long. Dear brothers and sisters, the reason why I always applaud the presence of the Holy Spirit in our efforts, it is that everything comes to the light. So ask yourself, dear brothers and sisters, stringent as it is in its doctrine, the NRA, where did Sekikubo go to the guts to collect the signatories that is meant to impeach Mr. Matthias Mpuga? Mr. Matthias Mpuga, it is known to Sekikubo that he is executing the NRA stroke NRM dictates. There is no way he could do it on his own free will without a command from the chief killer, that is Dictator Museveni, a man who stole the leadership were entrusted in the hands of His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Sekikubo was meant to profile parliamentarians of whom they wouldn't trust, and they were in the NRM. They are in the opposition. This is the mission of Sekikubo. Now tell me, who is pulling the strings between the Sekikubo motion and the judiciary system? Was it coincidental that the justice system can sit and listen to a case which has no base and give it time and even render judgment? Do you think they are not on the influence of Dictator Museveni? Do you think Sekikubo would sit there having collected all the signatures he was looking for, and he could not force Anita Among? After the court renders judgment, then Anita Among, then Sekikubo comes with his sole pressure, his motion to be tabled. Brothers and sisters, these are all well orchestrated. These are all Museveni's moves to divert us. All of a sudden, they want to run away from the Gen Z, from the March to Parliament campaign, to go and start sitting parliaments in regions. You understand? This is all well connected. Brothers and sisters, we have more than enough reasons to march to Parliament, even tomorrow, even yesterday, even the other day past. We have more than reasons to march to Parliament. Brothers and sisters, on Museveni's table, according to the information we received from ASP, Asime, Bible and Politics, these are credible information, brothers and sisters, and I commend to all of us Ugandans, enlighten the people, not to downlook on the information issued by these men, not to listen, not to overlook to the sermons he preached in equating current political unfoldment of Uganda to the biblical statements. Brothers and sisters, we are fighting a spiritual war. There is a conspiracy in Chitezi massacre that Museveni was promised to sacrifice hundreds of people. And that's why they had planned to detonate the bombs in the late night, in the midnight hours. But the presence of the Lord, the things did not click right, and the whole thing exploded itself in the broad daylight, where residents could witness the root cause of the flying of the garbage into the sky. That is an explosion. So, brothers and sisters, Museveni, he is playing on our minds with demonic powers. So we need to invigorate our minds, and we say, no, faith should be guided by reasoning, because when you read the books, the ancient books, St. Thomas Aquinas reminded the Christians that faith must be a projection of reasoning. What purpose is it there to go in Canaan land of Mr. Bujingo and tell you not to think of matters of leadership and to be faithful in the Lord? Well, as Jesus said that, let your work be manifested before men. So our work to reason why the Kasasiro flew in the sky, that is the reasoning which can solidify your faith that we are being ruled over by killers, bandits, and Mr. Bujingo is Museveni's sycophant, that Dolos Chisaka is Museveni's sycophant, that we have to do much in that all of Museveni's sycophants, sanctions must be pressed on them, because there is no one of Mr. Museveni's household, in all his offspring, there is no single one can come before the public and convince a public on a certain policy. You know why? God never gifted them with the responsibility of leadership. No wonder why they chose jungle method as a way to administer our relationship, to administer our well-being, complex as it is. These are the people who are gifted by God to shepherd livestock. Dear brothers and sisters, it wasn't a coincidence that they dismantled all labor unions. Dear brothers and sisters, the reason why we have to march to Parliament for the past 40 years, parliamentarians never saw it worthy to establish a minimum wage policy. Parliamentarians, before them, Museveni dismantled all union organizations, all labor union organizations. No wonder why, when the internees are coming to demonstrate, the surgeons are not coming, because there is no labor union is joining them together. Museveni did that on purpose, to fragment our minds, not to care at each other, not to mind on the happenings of the neighbor. Museveni did that on purpose. His policy, divide and rule, is deeply entrenched in the elites. He accustomed them to mind their own belly. No wonder each and every minister of theirs, they have protruding bellies. Now they feel intimidated. If the people force them to leave the office, how are they going to maintain those those bellies. So brothers and sisters, politicians have spoken the words to the extent that there is no way out they have but to connive with Museveni to further the subjugation of us. So fellow Ugandans, we lay people. It is in our best interest to take to the street, whether you are naked, whether you are dressed, whether you are in a t-shirt printed with words, whether you are with nothing, but you have to speak that corruption must stop. We are not meant to be in uniform. After all, we are tribalists, we are Catholic. Yes, sir. I'm learning it right now. My brother Chigongo, may the Lord guide us. May the Lord continue to illuminate our minds. And we see that we are being ruled over, that the former refugees are implementing policies which does not put the just claims of the natives who offered them refugeship into consideration. Brothers and sisters, it is not perceptible that Museveni, he is overall, that Museveni accustomed our leaders to what he terms as presidential directives. What is that? The separation of the doctrines of power, it has to be restored. Let us march to parliament, brothers and sisters. Let us march to parliament. Anita Among must resign. This Sekikubo motion, it is a diversionary, brothers and sisters. It is a diversionary. Let us march to parliament. Let us defend Mwadan Kunyenji. Let us defend Joel Senyon because he's holding Dictator Museveni sycophant on a front line that is a legislature base, that is a front line which makes our revolutionary well recognized internationally. Stay blessed, brothers and sisters. We are not backing off. We are not giving up. We are prevailing by the grace of the Most High. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Bob. Bob, I love this man. He's a man of reason in the age of reason. So, what terminology is I'm touched. And so, thank you, Bob, and keep it up. Ugandan, back to you. Let me. I saw the message, so I'm going to act upon it.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Bob. One thing, guys, we are trying also to localize this fight against corruption. So a good submission like that, Bob, should have concluded it with at least 2 minutes in your local language, whether Luganda, Lusoga, Lugisu, Rutoro, Runyankore. Please, for those of you who are going to speak, I encourage you to say something in your local languages because this space is not just on X. There are people who have thrown it on TikTok. This gentleman, Bob, has been saying ASP Asimwe Baiban Politics. ASP Asimwe Baiban Politics does not speak English when he's doing his duties. So I encourage you when you're also speaking, please, Mugezeko nyo Okosa and other languages to break down this information to the common people, right? For everyone, I think we don't need any more much awareness. So do not forget that language should be used in whichever way we can so that we communicate effectively. That is one. Number two, now you are praying to God and the Islam people say salam alaikum. I wanted to also bring greetings and prayers from the Rasta community. So I will go by saying Haile Emperor, His Majesty Selassie, the conqueror of the Lion of Judah, the conqueror of the Babylon Empire. We bring greetings and salutations in the name of His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, and we all say Jah Rastafari. Yeah, that is a representation for my Rasta people. It's a prayer and Oyo Kazimba Mugaru Mubarekera and this Sheikh over Shaban over whatever the names are. So the Rasta people. Otherwise, I just wanted to say that to bring them on board. Rasta people banja, but there are so many ghetto youths that are on this space. So Mogereko Mukendezeko so that we also bring in other languages. It doesn't matter the language. Echirara, I wanted to comment that there are people who are saying that Museveni is a Munyankore and others are saying Museveni is a Munyarwanda. Guys, I have both comments in my DM. To you, the person who is here, I've had your comment. It makes sense. Yeah, Museveni, whether Munyarwanda or Munyankore, it doesn't matter. We are not against Museveni. We are against corruption. If he's among the corrupt people, like we all know, he's the chief, the chief of the root. Now, yeah, if he's corrupt, he's inclusive. He's in the people we are fighting against. So corruption is bigger than Museveni. People, I want us to agree on that. Corruption at this moment is bigger than Museveni. Museveni Muzeya Kadiye, Tachaina Mulamo. Council Tobias Mtumideko Mkwano, thanks for being here. For always paying keen attention to when Ugandans are speaking. Let's proceed to Edwin. Edwin, you've been waiting. Please take over the mic.
Okay, thank you very much, the host and the co-host. Am I loud and clear?
Very loud and clear, comrade. Go on.
Okay, omusajja oyo avuddeko okwogera ayogedde oluzungu ne lugwayo era munzikirize nkozesa olulimi lwe tutegeera obulungi Oluganda nga bw'osabye mu kusookera ddala. Bingi ebyogeddwa wemberedde ku space eno nga ngiwuliriza bingi nnyo naye ngira gezaako okumenyamenya ebimu ku byo nogezaako okubaako oba oli awo okuwabula kwenyinza okuteeka ku mmeeza ku byonna ebyogeddwa. Kantandike n'omukulu ono yakavaako. Omukulu oyo ayogedde bulungi. Actually speech ye yonna ebadde kye tuyita rhetoric. It has been rhetoric enough. Very good, very good. And actually in this struggle
otugambye ogenda kwogera mu lulimi lwo kati ate nawe tutula mu luzungu.
Omwami oyo ebigambo bye bibadde bikwatira ddala ku mutima nga naffe abawuliriza kizibu okufuna omukisa okwebuuza oba bituufu oba bikyamu nga tulina tuyisigaza option emu kubiwuliriza. Era sebo tubiwuliriza era mu struggle eno sebo tukwetaaga nnyo kubanga olina omulimu I don't know simanyi nakumanya nti oba wakino tusinze nti olina ekitone kitusingira ddala okwetaaga mu struggle eno ekyokutegeeza abantu nga tebalina natuwakanya kye tubategeeza kuba abantu balina ebizibu naye tebakimanyi nti balina ebizibu. Abantu mu ggwanga muno bakimanyi nti tulinamu obuli bw'enguzi naye tebakyakirabanga kizibu kati bakigandawaza bakiyita connection. Oli bribery mu favour linga najiyita connection oba mufuna. So omuntu nga gwe ayinza okutegeeza abantu ekizibu kye balina nga tebalina tubawadde na lukusa kubuuza bibuuzo badde okuwakanya nga balina kuwuliriza ekitone ekyo kwegamba kankifundizaawo kirungi. Keep it up. Now ekizibu kya Uganda kiri mu parliament. Ekizibu kye tulina e Uganda ekizibu ekisookerwako ekiri basic kiri mu parliament. Sijja kitunga ku Anita Amongo yekka kuba si yekka yakalya si yekka yakabba naye bonna ababba parliament abasinga obungi munfune bulungi. Naye ng'obuzibu bwonna we buli nti mu parliament eyo gye bakolera amateeka kakati n'ababba ne bakozesaga amateeka okubba ssente y'omuwi w'omusolo. So kyengezako tegeeza kyekiriwa kambawo ekyokulabirako Mpuuga ssente ne bakomishona banne ssente ze baafuna baawuza kimu ziri mu mateeka era mbutu kale sijja kukisindiikiriza ne bakeberera nga mu mateeka zaalimu ne baziisa mu budget kwegamba bana batakitegeera kwegamba ekizibu kiri kuteeka. So if we can bwe tuba tusobola okupushinga harder ne tukuba emmeeza ku bintu byonna byonna ebyekuusa ku mateeka agalimu okubba agalimu okunyigiriza omuntu wa wansi nga tusobola okukuba emmeeza ne tugatta eddoboozi lyaffe ku kyo ekyo nsaba tetuzikiza. Bwe kibanga tulina kuteekamu maanyi tujjeyo buli gwe tusongamu olugalo nti oyo yalidde ekyo nakyo tetuzikiza. Ssemateeka atukkiriza okuvaayo ne twekalakaasa mu mirembe ate era bwe tugezangako okwekalakaasa mu mirembe ensonga yaffe n'etatuuka era ssemateeka atukkiriza okukwata buli kimu kye tulina okukikozesa okulaba nga tujjawo oyo aleese obuzibu. Ssemateeka yali clear. Ekirala bannayuganda be bakyasinze nnyo okwagala kye bayita enkyukakyuka. Twagale tugande bannayuganda be bakyasinze okwagala enkyukakyuka. Tuli wano ku space yes tuyinza okwerowoozesa nti ffe tusinga okugyagala olw'okuba ffe tuli wano naye eriyo n'abatali wano nga be basinga okugyagala naye balina ekizibu naye tebamanyi nti balina ekizibu. Balinze mbu wabeeyo avaayo akulembere nabo babiri oluvannyuma bamwegatteko. Kyamukisa bulungi ffe weetuli tuvuddeyo era ne ku space eno kwetuli wadde bo tebaliiwo abo balina ekizibu nga tebakimanyi naye abo abalina ekizibu nga tebakimanyi balina ekibuuzo mu mutwe gwabwe. Tugamba Anita must resign kituufu era kigwanidde naye bo beebuuza bw'avaako what next kyekiddako mu kyo kyensaba omuntu yenna bwe malo sub meeting omuntu yenna alina ansa ku ekyo njasaba atuwabulemu. Anita bw'avaako kyekiddako Anita bw'avaako oyo ali mu struggle afunira buwa munfuna. So kati eyo point eyo nayo ngimaze saagala girwako ngenze ku nsonga endala. Omukulu Bob yakavaako ayogedde ku nsonga z'ekiteezi n'ensonga za Muwadanku Nyingi. Muwadanku Nyingi has a point ate ensonga ye in fact tewali media outlet n'emu gye bakkiriza kuyisaako nsonga ezo. Okubeera ow'amazima to be honest Muwadanku Nyingi yabadde ku Lwokutaano yabadde ku CBS olwatandise okuraisinga point siize ku ebintu by'ekiteezi bwabiraba bamuggyeko. Nange last time nina space gye nayingiddemu nengezaako elaboratinga ensonga ezo nga bwe ziri ngera bwe nziraba nabadde sinaba nakumalayo space ne bagigala. So kati wano kyentegeeza no point gyenzirako atubega ngenda kusaba obeere mukakamu era ogume kuba ngenda byogera. Museveni alina akakodyo kamu kakyasinza okutegeera ng'ogyeko bino bya divide and rule abasinga obungi bye mumanyi naye bonna obukodyo bw'alina akakodyo the foundation akakodyo akawaniridde oba omusingi gw'obukodyo bwe bwonna guli kakodyo kamu
akabusinga bwonna
obusinga bwonna bwesigamye ku musingi gwa kakodyo kankababuulire. Museveni akulietinga ekizibu, ateekawo ekizibu. Bw'amala okulietinga ekizibu ne muvaayo mwenna ne mutunuulira ekizibu ne mukuba walaala. Wakati awo nga mukuba walaala temufuna budde buvaayo na solution ku kizibu. Ye n'ayingirawo ne solution ye. Sigenda genda wala kantandikire ku bitulabyeko ekiteezi. Singa otunuulira ebintu bibataagala byogerweko, bye bintu abachina bibateeka mu kasasiro yalyoka abaluke. Eyo story wonna ogenda nga obugize ku TV kyoba ku TV wonna otandikira bajja kugamba bali binonyerezaako bonna okiremerako bajja kukugoba muwadda nkunyingi bamugobye CBS. Now ekibuzo kiri nti ebyabadde era Bob oyina kyogambye nti ensonga z'ekiteezi za going out of control okuva mu mikono gya Museveni. Nedda, it was intended and kiri ku plan ayina step by step zagenda otekinga zizino zatandise dda ba investors okuva mu mwaka gwa 2010 bulijjo basaba batandike kasasiro oyo mu masanyalazi nga proposals zawe bazi rejectinga. Kakati kasasiro yamaze kubaluka Dorothy Kisaka n'avaayo mbwati twafunye ba investors babiri. Proposals eziri ku table ya KCCA zisoba ni mu 2. Tebakomye okwo. Yagambye bafunye ba investors. Yes, bwe bali. Nabanja n'alaga nti government ya Uganda egenda kwewola 60 billions okuketalinga for Kiteezi tragedy n'okutandika kasasiro oyo masanyalazi. Now who is fooling who? Who is fooling who? Who are those investors that came to invest without money? Who are those investors? It is a deal. It is just a deal. Baina go bagiteredde oba bibagiteredde. And that's how things have been happening. Sente balyoke basanyewo ekibira we bateeka Namanve Business Park. Ekibira ekyo bakijjaawo. Balaga nti ba investors bajja mu Uganda okuteekawo industrial park awo. Now, nejja nebeerawo. Mu budde bwe bumu government neyewola sente mbu naye eteekawo sente. Naye nga te government ekulaga yo teyinaawo bintu byayo. Now, who is fooling who? Now, kati government yaffe yafuuse Ponzi scheme. Kuba faba wibo omusolo kati naffe batandise ndowooza tusingayo bwe babba embaawo e Congo. The taxpayers are the one paying. So that has been a tactic. Eyo sagala girwako kuba nayo nsonga mpanvu. Tugende ku kya tribeless and leaderless ekyamma kino. Bajjajjaffe bagenda ne bakola ensobi. Ne bagamba nti ne bagera olugero nti omulyamamba ab'omu n'avumaganya ekika kyonna. Eyo nsobi. Wadde bwe kiri. Naye ife ab'omulembe guno nze ndowooza omulyamamba oyo twandimutunuulidde ng'omulyamamba kuba y'abaagiridde. Bali abatagiridde tubaleke kubeera tebagiridde gemazima. That is the truth. Nti oli abatagiridde tewali nsonga lwaki omutunga kwono akoze eki agiridde. So Baganda baffe Abanyarwanda Abanyankole wherever you are from situganye as of now ekigenda maaso yes abalondemu mu Banyarwanda bavaayo ne bakola bye bakola balondemu era abatono ddala ne benyigira bintu bingi ebinyigiriza nnyo omuntu wa wansi naye ng'olugero olwendugeze nti omulyamamba ab'omu n'avumaganya ekika kyonna twamaliriza obusungu tubujje ku abo abatono ddala ne tubutuusiza ddala ne ku abo ababafaanana. Kale nze kye ndowooza si kituufu. Omubbi abe mubbi era tumuhandolinge ng'omubbi. Abantu be tubaleke bejjeerere kuba bosi be baba babbye. Mukyo ekyo kye mbadde nsaba. Bwe tumanya nti Anita mubbi, yes Anita mubbi, naye tetujja kukiteeka ku bantu b'Ebukedi bonna nti si kituufu. Y'ensobi bajjajjaffe gye baakola. Ekyokubiri mwegendereze nnyo. Right now tulina ekizibu mu ggwanga ng'ekimu ku bizibu ebyo agendas opposition n'abagezezzaako okukola okukolawo akakuubagano oba okuwakanya gavumenti eri mbuyinza. Agenda zonna ze babadde bagirako oba enteekateeka zonna ze babadde bagirako abakulu abali mbuyinza enteekateeka ezo bazimba. Njagala mbawo ebyokulabirako. Kirungi omukulu ono Bob alayika wa NUP bwe ndowooza. NUP mwatandika ne mwalina agenda sije mwatandika nayo ne mwalina agenda eya free all political prisoners. Bwe bawa balamu obwa minister kye yatandikirako PLU ne branding nga etwala agenda yammwe. Agenda ya NUP ne bagitwala. Situganye na kati bakyayogera nti babate. Naye tekijjaawo nti nabali agenda bagikoze eki bagikubyemu kopi. Ate balina obuyinza okugitwalira ddala. Era balina obuyinza okugisa mu nkola era okusaba kwabwe kwonna banakolera mu agenda eyo balina obuyinza okuteeka mu nkola kubanga beba creating ebizibu ate beba creating a solution. Another one. Kati nga bwe tweteekateeka okumakinga to parliament. Bwe tutunuza emidumo gy'emmundu mu Anita. Bwe sinaba na kumanya bwe tumuggyako ki ekiddako. Bwe tutunuza emidumo mu bali b'enguzi ab'enjawulo. Eggulo. Olunaku lw'eggulo. Muhoozi agenda yatandise ogitwala. Nga yeesigama ku MP we Mawanda yakwatibwa mbuli bw'enguzi. Yavudde Muhoozi n'avaayo n'agamba nti oyo era naye bamusibye lwakuba awagira PLU. That's it. N'amutunga. Wadi?
Edwin,
Yes.
that's a matter of guidance.
Yeah.
We don't mind whether they buy into that or not. On top of saying Anita must resign, we have 8 other demands. Okay. For us, as long as they are all addressed, regardless of whether they buy them as a state, we shall not mind because they have state coffers. And we shall flaunt other demands, but there is one that is constant: fighting corruption, stop corruption. Continue.
Okay. Moncada. Okay. Can you remind me about those eight stuff?
Thank you so much. I will for you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, 1, resignation of Anita Among as the Speaker of Uganda's Parliament. 2, we want resignation of the 4 benchmark commissioners, which the court stamped in as they took our money legally, as if it was a legal question. And then we want members of Parliament involved in any corruption scandal, because there are many there. They should resign as investigations continue. That is in case they have not been investigated. We want the auditing of the lifestyle of each and every member of Parliament and publicizing it to the electorate. We want the cutting of salaries and allowance of all members of Parliament to 3 million Ugandan shillings, because that's what Ugandans can afford for now. We have a national debt, we are broke, we are poor, we can't afford 35 million for each head in the name of member of Parliament. The 500 member house, we can no longer afford. We also want Ugandans to be allowed continuously to exercise their democratic rights peacefully and assemble without blockage, because that's what the Constitution says. And we also want all arrested people released unconditionally, including those ones who marched before us, all political prisoners, okay, because we know them. We even recently saw another NUP guy, a security guy, being abducted and taken to prison. And so those are our 8 demands. We don't mind whether Balamungomu promoting ebivulu, promoting gundi demands zaffe ne bazikolako as soon as ezo ziwedde tuyina endala sebo. We have a whole list, okay? Naye tutandikidde awo for now. Continue.
Okay, yeah. Then I want chiraba bulungi awo ekifaananyi nkifunye. So we should not care oba ki as long as demands zaffe zituukiddwako. That's good. It sounds good. But
Edwin,
yeah.
Let me also add on one of the things that our host has said. Demands are 8, but every day we add more demands. For example, with Chitezi people, first of all, they are requesting that there should be relocation of those people who are living in Chitezi but were not affected but could be affected anytime from now. And we are asking how. You know, Lubiji people were just moved by NEMA randomly without even asking questions like, you know, so one of the things that we definitely need to see is accountability for any office, let it be KCCA. If they want to move people, first they need to come out with a clear plan, not individuals, businessmen come and say, I've donated 100 acres of land to the people of Chitezi. Are you donating that land with land titles or just in the refugee camp after 20 years? So some of the things are not short term, some of the things are long term projects. Brother, I want to correct you. Account yange kuliko bring back our people. I don't like it when you speak about abductions as an agenda. All right? I don't like it when you speak about people's freedom to protest constitutionally as an agenda. Muhozi and his stupidity do not set agenda for some of us. We are leaders here. I even get pissed when I hear people quoting people like Gashumba, people like Muhozi. You know, so you need to understand that yes, Balamu is a cheap mic mouthpiece. You know, Balamu is not someone when you're quoting an Balam Yagandi as a minister against freeing these people. If I may ask you personally, when Balam said that nonsense, how long has it been? How many people have been released and how many have been arrested after that statement was made? So that should give you, is Balam having the power to do anything, as he says, over orders? So it's not an agenda to request for human rights. I have no problem with the NRM people. As long as we are debating with ideas, we are fighting with ideas. I am welcoming all NRM people in this fight against corruption. Now, yeah, it's not an agenda to fight it. No, it is a duty. And for me, it is bigger than what individuals are saying. We need to talk about institutions that can hold people accountable. See, just to give the responsibility of institutions to individuals. I don't know if it makes sense. Please, as you conclude, brother, again, Maso.
Sebo neyanza nyo neyanze. Okay, ndabika nkozesa ekigambo ekya mu kugiyita agenda ne kanjiyita enteekateeka mu lulimi ffenna lwe tuyinza okutegeera. Ekituufu gano ge mazima. Bw'obanga oli ku revolution yonna, obanga oyina enteekateeka oba oyina ekintu ky'oyagala okuyisaawo, nnyini ekyo kigambo okozesa kikyamu. It's a revolution. If you are in any revolution, you should not take any political move for granted. Olaba, people took Tamale Mirundi for granted, and as they took him for granted, he had the capacity to okuteka ebintu the subconscious mind z'abantu ne babira driven psychologically nga tebategedde nakutegeera nti badde driven in the other way around. Don't take any political move for granted. Don't take any political personnel for granted as long as you are in a revolution. That's what I was trying to break down. Inti muganda wange mulimu obuntu obutono bwe tubuusa amaaso naye nga tetusaanidde bibuusa amaaso. Nze mbadde ngezaako okutematema wano mu mpolampola. So nga bwe maliriza bwe bibanga ebyomunaana situganye mugambi ku listi yamwe ku listi eno kweyongerako ebirala. Bwe bibanga bino bye bigenda osookebwako ssabibwa wakyaliwo olugendo nno lukyali luwanvu mu mazima si kuba malamu maanyi kubanga tulina okisigalako naye gano ge mazima agakaawa nti tukyalina olugendo olw'amaanyi bannayuganda bonna okutwegattako kubanga bannayuganda abayaayaanira enkyukakyuka n'obuli bw'enguzi kati bakalabanga akantu akatono ddala nga mbutuufu enkyukakyuka yeyina okusooka awo tulyoke tutunuulira ebintu ng'ebyobuli bw'enguzi mu biseera ngono nakyemalira jjambo yinza balina n'okubba banka era baazibba nnyingi naye mu budde obwo teri yatuula kunenya munne lwaki wabbye gundi n'abantu baabatawo kwiki naye mukaddako teri yatuula kunenya munne lwaki akoze ekyo kubanga mu kiseera ekyo kaali kantu katono nnyo okusinga ku kye baalina okutuukako. Naye bwe tuba tukyatunuulidde ebintu bino ebitono ng'ate okuyaayana kw'abannayuganda kunene kale nno tulina omugugu era tulina ebbanga ddene okutuukira ddala olunaku olwo bannayuganda lwe balivaayo ne basalawo okutwegattako era balitwegattako ng'ebirowoozo byaffe bituuse ku mutindo gw'ekyo kye bayaayaanira naye bwe tutalituuka ku mutindo gw'ekyo kye baluyaayaanira era tebalituwa attention tebalitwegattako ekibuuzo kiki ekyo kye bayaayaanira kyangu nnyo Museveni vaawo very simple as that you say that buli ayagala enkyukakyuka yes ajja kusaidinga naawe even kati waliwo n'ekirala okimanyi ne NRM yennyini nayo kati ya opposition NRM ekibiina ekifuga eggwanga lino NRA not NRM n'aba NRM gye bali eyo abayaayaanira enkyukakyuka naye aba NRM baabaleka enguzi ebasasu era bo enguzi ebaliwadinga ng'aba NRM kati diiruzi zino endala za NRA so bwe tunatuuka ku mutindo guli gwe nnyini buli munnayuganda gwayaayaanira enkyukakyuka eri omunnayuganda gyayaayaanira bino ebintu ebimu bijja bbana bitono nnyo era ensi yonna ejja kubeera neetegefu okutwegattako kale nze nno nsaba ku ebyo 8 tugatteko ekirala eky'omwenda Museveni awumule yes twetaaga transition ate transition situogera ku succession we should be very clear on that we need transition not succession omukulu awumule
All right.
yes that's my conclusion.
Webale nnyo ssebo nga tonavaako njagala nsaba kutegeeza nti the fight against corruption we have always said it's a marathon it's not a sprint we have been nze personally nina emyaka 3 Museveni yakatufuga emyaka 3 and corruption has been existing in Uganda ever since Museveni took over power. For those of us who know the role of people like Kutesa, what they did, people like John Nasasira when we were in kindergarten, what they were doing, people like Mukula and Jim Muhwezi. Corruption has not started yesterday. So we are not going to, it's not a wedding ceremony. This is why we are saying we must be consistent in whatever we are doing. Your point includes Joyo Gedeko, and I wanted you to know that we are fully aware, Edwin, that corruption is going to be a long fight, and we are prepared for that long fight. To just let you know, we are not underestimating any statement from either the oppressor's side or the oppressed. By that I mean, waliwo abagenda nga boogera nga Bagashumba and the likes of Balamu and other people who are saying uncoordinated stuff. We listen, we hear what they are saying, but we also look at who is saying what. For example, I will not take Muhoozi serious when he says he will use the army to attack Kenya, because I know he's a kindergarten boy under someone's armpits. And also, if Museveni is saying something, I will take a emphasis because Manichive wa Tibuhaburwa is a no-nonsense fella. This is what I wanted to tell you, that information is power, and whatever people are saying, we take it seriously, but also we have to assess it with the seriousness it deserves. So we are not letting anything slide under our carpet without analyzing it. I wanted to give you that confirmation so that all the spies who are here should know that we follow closely what they are proposing. We see how they have failed to even achieve the little promises they put forward. So they are just cheap at talking, very fast at spreading propaganda without actions. So there are people who use banana fibers to light up fire. It goes off very fast. For us, we are burning slowly. We are fueled up by so many things. and we continue to fight against corruption. It doesn't matter who is corrupt. On the issue of Museveni should resign and we have a peaceful transition, I understand you. One of the reasons why we did not say we fight Museveni directly as Ugandans, but we start with the people and the institutions that he has used to keep him in power, is first of all to give ourselves favor. Now, Uganda, we have to be empowered as the people of Uganda. If we cannot fight Anita Among and get her out of the office, the public office that serves us, the people of Uganda, then we may not as well be able to fight her boss. We need to first be equipped as Ugandans, as the people of Uganda. We need to be educated, or we need to be informed. So there are so many people giving a lot of information on how we can involve ourselves on civil disobedience, but also to awaken the society, giving them information that they can use to stand for themselves. We just don't want bandwagonism in this fight. We want people to be moved by self-conviction to fight against corruption. If your hand is up, Edwin, I would suggest you use half a minute, brother, and then we shall go to Joyce.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Actually, webale nnyo kututegeeza nsonga ezo nti mugoberera buli kimu era tewali kimutekinga for granted. Naye kyotandise nakyo n'ogamba nti corruption is not a marathon. I mean, it's not a sprint. Ate eruddewo kindaze nti kyonna ekigenda maaso kati tekigenda kugwa. So kabaka bondo kusaidi yange nze sikatwalanga kalungi if bweba revolution kubanga kiba kiraga tuli mu bottomless pit as far as this issue is concerned. Naye nga nze ndowooza twanditunuulidde kiri ekinene bino ebirala nabyo tujja bikwasaganya mu mpola neyanza nnyo neyanzeege mpozi n'ekirala buli lwebanga tukitegedde nti corruption tegenda kuggwa buggwi kyalubeerera kitegeeza amaanyi ge mugenda okuteeka mu lutalo olwo olw'okulwanyisa corruption ekitagenda kuggwa ne resources mugenda okukozesa zandibadde zibeera allocated to another thing ekisobola okuggwa then kino ekitagwa ne mukihandolinga nga mulinako kyemumaliriza. That's my suggestion.
Webale nnyo, Ugandans are listening and your suggestions are valid. Twebaza nnyo okutuwendowooza yo. Yes, people, we are not the most knowledgeable on this, so buli atuwa idea tujaniriza, and if we can expound on it, or if we have some things to correct or put in place, or to even make it better, please, this is an open mic conversation where Ugandans are expressing exactly what is on their mind. So Joyce, the mic is yours. Please, Polly, put your hand down. You'll speak after Joyce. Thank you. Joyce, go on. Joyce, Nalubega, are you muted? You're muted. All right. Polly, speak to us. You're audible. Now you're there. You're mukali akalozi kafakali. Obo utadeko headsets. What?
Okay.
What are you meaning? Anga network alikiri anyo. Awo. Kwagala genda maso.
Ya neyanziza njagala kukyuka kutanya ku nsonga ya Muganda akagambye nti tujja tuteekeko pointi tamale tutunulira ekintu ky'okuggyako Museveni endinga corruption tujja kitwala after the other way nti badictator tebabasuula bwe batyo nedda era ne baganda baffe Bangladesh okuggyako gundi minisita waabwe abakulembera tebatandikira kumuggyako nga wekyajje Kenya tebatandikira kugamba Ruto must go. They started with other issues ekyabasuula ku gundi tukimanyi nti Museveni enguzi etambulira kintu kituyita Musevenism ekyo tukimanyi era tukimanyi enguzi ye Museveni no bad odds kati tukimanyi ebyo byonna naye tosobola kutema muti kutandikira kugamba nti omuti ogenda gutema kutandikira kuki how do we call it omuti olina kusooka kunoonya mirandira egyo ng'oyagala ogusimbulirawo ddala ogamba nti kantemeddeko enduli era minti tekigenda kukola gujja kuddamu guloke kati ne Museveni bwatyo bwali otasooka kuba Musevenism otasooka kuba bikolwa bye otasooka kuba bonna bamutembeeta that means toli mu fighting am Museveni ogenda kujja Museveni ne Musevenism always agenda kusigalawo that means era Magic era njala kwongera ku kino nti singa twagenda mu ntebe 2 mu sorry to add on this mujagamba ndaddemu ate ebyobufuzi naye singa twagenda mu ntebe 2021 singa kati nekyabula ntali ku ntebe naye we thank God yatugaiding about that kati twagala tutambulire ku ekyo tusooka kukuba bino byonna Museveni tugenda kusooka tumutemeka emirandira tutandika otema buli ttabi lyonna lyetumanyi erya Museveni tugenda kusooka tutandikire ku ebyo era singa si wekyali singa ne His Excellency gwe tukkiririzamu Kyagulanyi Ssentamu tatambula kugenda nga kuba Museveni buli walaga agenda kuba byonna Museveni gy'alina amaanyi kati naffe kino kyetukola tukimanyi Museveni yakulira enguzi naye olwokuba mutima tukitegedde Museveni gimutadde ku pressure singa kyali mayina gyali Museveni singa ya deploying ku ngeri ya deploying singa abana tene kati tebabatiisa tiisa kusaka kati abakyali mu box bw'abaana about this issue so njalo kakasa kye tukola kyachane buli kange ekitono nti kiri kye kinene ekyokumujjako naye era yonna process yakujjako Museveni ekyo njagala okikkirize n'oba toyagala kikkiriza it's part.
All right, Joyce, you can mute. Webale nnyo muganda wange Edwin ndowooza ensonga oziwulira naye waliwo kye wayogedde that I forgot to respond. Wagambye nti bw'eba marathon eyinza obutaggwa. Kankubuulire. Buli marathon eyina finishing line. All right? If you understand what a marathon is, you should understand it has a finishing line. So bw'ojja wano n'otugamba it's a good thing that you're geared up to fight corruption paka last naye that looks like it's going to be an endless fight. Nedda. It has an end. I don't want you to put that in your brain. And the other thing you need to know, ours is to build institutions. All right, it is to have institutions that will hold people accountable from now on. Also, within ourselves, we shall have good leaders.